But our next, we're going to have a really, really exciting set coming up here. It's going to be, again, same maps and mode. This is going to be Deep Blues and Yami. This is one that, yeah, we've been looking forward to for a while. Yami maybe a little bit underseeded in this tournament for the skill level that they are. Deep Blues are 2 seed. So this is really... this is going to be a match of 2 of the heaviest hitters that our stream has today.
Yeah, this is an interesting match. Deep Blues is a very successful team. The last time this organization ran a big Splatoon tournament, they did a Turf War tournament, and Deep Blues won that Turf War tournament, and they kind of rode that momentum to be really successful after that. And Deep Blues, they kind of had this weakness for a while where they didn't have a good sniper. So they kind of lost some matchups or weren't that good at some maps because they didn't have that sniper. But now they picked up Day. Day is
legendary. Day.
Yeah, he was a little bit of an underrated sniper, and but he always performed well. He did really good at Don't Park on the Grass, for example. He was there. Team Unknown Day. It was unknown. They had Day, but whatever. Either way, with Deep Blues actually picking up a competent sniper, now they don't have to kind of make their non-sniper players kind of like attempt sniper, because like we said before, you either just play sniper or you don't touch it at all. And since they have that that sniper now, they're kind of more complete, and they've been doing better. And this is a good chance for them to kind of prove that they've become well-rounded now, that they're not only this really good aggressive close range high pressure team, but they also can they can put on the long range presence and do well that way as well. They used to have Hydra Splat lane, and their patient player was kind of replaced by Umbri. So we're going to go ahead and go into the spotlight, and you guys can see a little bit about Deep Blues, and then we can head into the match.
So Taylor can kill him. Yes. Nice, Taylor. Nice.
I got 3. Got 4.
Good shiz, man.
Got 5.
Deep Blues to me is more of a family than a team. When I first joined the competitive Splatoon scene, they made me feel like I was welcome to the community. I've learned a lot from when I first joined. We were always striving to become better, learning from our mistakes and communicating with each other. We also try to help lower level teams get better, but in the end, it's just trying to become the best that we can be. Winning this tournament is huge for us. Like I stated, Deep Blues are family to me, so it'd be awesome for us to finally meet up with each other. Since we'll be returning for the second Splatoon, it would save us the investment. It would also be nice to experience E3 for the first time ever, as well as getting to play Splatoon 2 early in the Exhibition tournament.
Oh, I knew he was there.
I ran it in. No, please.
No, I didn't know he was there either until just now.
No. Oh.
My team will win this event because we are not only prepared for this event, but we believe in each other. Our mentality is strong, and we will not let up so easily. I believe that this is well deserved if we manage to win, considering all of our hard work and investment into the game.
So one of the players that I'm most excited to see in this set is actually Danny from Deep Blues. So there's a weapon class in this game called the Slosher, and some people call it the Bucket, and that is because it is actually just a bucket. When it first came out, I almost didn't believe it was real, but it is. It's a very short, so every time you hit the button, it swings and it fires. It's one shot with deceptive quickness and deceptive range, and it's essentially a 2-hit kill that doesn't suffer from the same amount of fall off that a lot of normal bullets do. So
right.
Danny's really the only, especially in this set, Danny's probably the only person we're going to see using the bucket. He's one of the top buckets doing it right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be very excited to see what Danny's able to do in a mode. I would say Splat Zones is a very, very good mode for a bucket as well.
Yeah, yeah. Danny is one of the higher level buckets. He tends to like the Slosher Deco, which has a light depletion invincibility super that paints well, so he gets that invincibility a lot. In Japan, we kind of see the vanilla Slasher used more, where it doesn't have a good special, but it's good for quick response stealth jump. You know what I mean? Because it has with its sub weapon, it has this potential to just cause a lot of splash damage in one area and get kills. And because of its painting potential and its potential to get those big splash damage kills, it's really good at countering quick response stealth jump. So unfortunately, we're probably not going to see much of that. We'll see Danny with that more kind of support-oriented invincibility spamming kind of weapon. But what we're going to be watching is going to be Taylor. And Taylor is a very interesting player. Taylor has a lot of really good shooter fundamentals. I talked about this last week. He has very good movement. And, kind of the core of what makes a shooter, what makes like combat and shooters work, is you have the aspect of one player moving and the other player shooting and try to aim at that player, and how that movement like dodges that aim, and how like reads happen, and how you kind of visualize your opponent's screen and make yourself really tricky to hit. Taylor is really good at that. You'll see when he plays, he kind of has like this really finicky movement that seems like he's just kind of randomly kind of jittering all over the place. But in reality, he's being really smart about it. He is visualizing his opponent's screen. He's seeing angles where if he moves this way and his opponent aims this other way, that he'll move a great distance on the opponent's screen and be really hard to hit and stuff. And you'll see these situations where you think Taylor should die, but he just kind of fidgets around and just wins the engagement. So we should expect to see a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and get a time check. I'm at 31, 30, 29,
28.
Awesome.
We're synced.
Awesome, good stuff. And, we talked about Day earlier here. Looks like they're not going to be deploying Day for this one. This is going to be a pretty aggressive thing. And Danny actually not going with the Slosher Deco, going to go with that Ink Strike Slosher in the Burst Bomb. It makes sense. You'd want at least one Ink Strike for spread out zones like this.
Well, also, so if Dreas is the only member of Deep Blues that doesn't have the quick respawn going on, this is actually a pretty good look. Like we talked about before, the vanilla Slasher is really good for that quick response stealth jump kind of pressure. Quick response stealth jump really good on this map. Like we talked about also, that if you're not going to go with sniper, you want to have 4 shooters and put up a lot of offensive pressure. So if there is a lot of quick response stealth jump going on, which we already see out of Taylor, this actually makes a lot of sense to not run sniper and to have this aggressive comp. So we're going to see this from the opposite angle. We're going to see this from the aggressor's angle as we go to this Mori Tower's match.
You better believe that Taylor is definitely going to be. Don't worry about trying to find Taylor. Taylor will find you.
Yep. And looks like there actually might be someone behind Taylor. Or no, that was just sniper shots coming from above. But Taylor going to go here and flank the sniper area. He sees the sniper is over to the higher side of the map, so he's not going to put himself in a bad position to snipe. He's going to challenge this blaster, get the kill, and then put a lot of pressure on the sniper. I'm actually surprised he didn't jump back there. He might get shot here, but he is putting this pressure on the sniper. The teammates that he has are able to push up. He's moving back and forth, dodging shots. Doesn't, and unfortunately, ends up getting shot right before he's able to pull out the Inkzuka and get the kill on that sniper. I think that's what he was going for there. As his teammates wiping the enemy zone, I think that was actually an Ink Strike that caused a lot of Deep Blues members to die. So depending on InControl's map take now after that wipe, Deep Blues could be in trouble, but I think Taylor is going to be able to get over here to the right side of the map, push back this kind of tech and make it okay.
Yeah, I really like what Taylor did there. Back just a little bit ago, he picks up the kill there on Silver. Knowing when to go in on this snipe. It's not always go in as fast as you can, because as you see right here, he's now in a very bad position and does die for it. But earlier he did just kind of wait a little bit. He waited for them to come to him. The idea of pressure and just suppression in Splatoon is so unique, I think, because you do have to have turf to get a whole lot done. So right now we're seeing, once again, just this kind of stalemate here in the middle. It does look like there's a little bit of a chance here for Deep Blues to make a push. Going to see Taylor reposition himself, go up sneaky.
Can't quite tell too closely the position of it. I mean, Taylor's going to go for this flank on the sniper. This is what we're talking about. The aggressive player gets up, gets the kill on the sniper, hopefully.
Yes.
And now Deep Blues can just rush because they only have to fight, whatever. Taylor dies up here. That person's marked. His teammates are pushing up. Zone time. Look at the kills. It's a 3v2 situation. A 3v1, honestly, because the other member of
just respawn.
Yeah, just respawn. Yeah. So this is really good control. I'm actually surprised that Taylor didn't self-jump in there because he could have gotten some plate advantage if he jumped to his teammate instead of moving in this way. But it's going to work out in his favor. He's going to get to win this one-on-one with the blaster. Try not to die to this brush.
Oh, okay. Got out of there just barely.
Yeah.
But the area that the brush is at right now is a spot that we commonly call Overlook. And that's a very, very important part from here because pretty much every weapon can get some painting done from up there. And it's also a very popular spot for the enemy sniper to go, kind of rain down shots on the zone, clean things up. So control of your opponent's Overlook is like if you control your opponent's overlook, that's like dominated. That's like, you do that, you've basically won. So you can see just barely holding as a teammate comes in here. And it looks like they do have control of the enemy overlook right now. This is very, very bad for in control Yami.
Yeah, like we talked about there, Taylor has really good movement, kept it alive until his teammate was able to come help him. And now we're in the same situation again. The team with the sniper is hard-pressed to actually do something about all these aggressive post-range players kind of fighting at their ankles. Taylor doesn't... I was going to say he has a sniper right now. So let's see if any kind of momentum shift happens. The sniper is kind of in position to do something. Other shooters are going to paint zone. I think Danny dies over there to the right.
Yeah, he's going to get over there.
Yeah, they're going to have someone over here go to the right to stop the zone from being taken, because even if they do maintain pressure on the left, if the zone gets taken over here on the right, they don't have both zones, they don't get time. It's gonna, the match is going to return to a neutral situation.
And that is pretty well where we're started right now. There's just so much pressure coming in on this, and again, it's going to be another retake. This is the power of that. I mean, we saw it last time too. We saw a sniper comp versus an aggressive comp. The aggressive comp just forced the sniper back, and it almost became a 3v4 at all times.
Yeah, unfortunately, that that punish on that beacon placement, which is like a mobile spawn point, backfired on Taylor because someone spawned on the spawn point while he was trying to kill it. The spawn point will actually eat your hitboxes, so yeah, maybe she's grenade, who knows. But that's okay. Deep Blues has mid control. While they do lose some members, in control is not in any kind of position to actually take zone from this. So this is not really a loss.
Yeah, they have to take back mid first, and they're still having a really hard time getting that. There's so much pressure. They aren't even able to think about taking back mid there. You still see a lot of green there in the mid. We might see a little bit of pressure coming in, but with 45 seconds, there's some work to do. Okay, let's see. They've got them all up here. Taylor's just going to keep watching, wait for Danny to jump to him here, as indicated by that spawn jumper. And I don't know, we're going to see Echolocator coming in.
This Luna has to kill Taylor right now, and something crazy has to happen after that. Oh.
Nope, not even a trade.
Yeah, I think that was like with 30 seconds left, you had to get in position. There was the momentum they needed, and yeah, see, Silver is just not going to be able to get the Zuka shot off of Taylor. He was kind of able to kind of enable himself over to the left. He's going to not even die to this. Yeah, GG, this is it.
Taylor. You saw that just slight movement. It's not always the big spastastic movement. Sometimes it's just one hard juke, and that's exactly what was able to survive that. That is not an easy survival, by the way.
You know,
Blaster's blast radius is huge. To be able to survive that second shot means that, you know, not only did you dodge the initial blast, you dodged the blast radius too, which is very, very difficult. Taylor, 11-6, and just textbook there from for aggressive versus sniper comps.
Yeah,
I mean, you talked about it.
Yeah, exactly. That match went down. Deep Blues won that match in the exact way that they were supposed to win that match. Although, speaking of that matchup and not having a sniper, it looks like a Deep Blues member actually backed out of lobby. Could they be? No, actually, an In Control member backed out of lobby. So I thought that perhaps Deep Blues would want to run a sniper on Splat Zones on Mahi here. Sniper's pretty good. Maybe they bring in Day, but it looks like they're not. They're bringing in Zero, who's going to be another 10 attack. So this might be an aggressive versus aggressive matchup on a map where you typically see snipers, which is kind of interesting to see. Maybe Locke just wasn't feeling that confident or something, or I'm sorry.
Well, no, Red's still in there.
Yeah, Red. No, Red didn't leave.
It was it's actually Silver that went out, which is kind of an interesting look, I think.
And that kind of makes sense. A Brush really isn't doing too much here. It kind of has trouble moving up into the enemy side of the map. It has trouble with low range. The positions where it can stand safely can't really paint zone that well on like a Dynamo or something like that. And if he doesn't feel like playing confident with Dynamo, which is totally understandable, I could see how he would want to avoid having to play this matchup, especially versus like CRBs and like bubble up and but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go into the Splat Zones match again. This is gonna be a different perspective than what we've seen so far, because we watched two snipers so far, and well, we watched a team kind of lose very quickly, and then we watched the sniper, so you didn't really get to see too much of the successful aggressive plays going on right now. And so finally on Mahi Zones, we're going to be able to see the 10 attack do its thing.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see that, especially with the way that Taylor's just kind of been attacking here. It's really fun to see what a 10 attacker and aggressive weapon can do when you get up into the other team's snipe.
Yeah.
We didn't really get to see a lot of that last game, so we do see two T-Techs coming out, just like you said, on the part of In Control Yami. So we'll see if that extra aggressive force is able to kind of turn their fortunes here.
Yeah, what I want us to look for in this matchup is if map control is lost, we want to watch how Deep Blues attempts to take back control, like I recommended from middle and wherever you hold control, which is going to have to happen. And if they do get control, we're going to see what Taylor does once they get some kills. Does he move over to the left or the right? Does he kind of swing around the map clockwise like we saw Resbit's teammates do in the last set that we watched? So we'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, kind of an ill-advised opening there. It's not Salisbury Rig. It's not quite as big. The opening is skirting right on the edge of that bomb there. But you're seeing right now, just getting, you're seeing them get locked out. And it's because they went 4 down there at the start. Taylor went in maybe a little bit haphazardly, but we're going to see a bubble come in. Stacking specials so good in this game. And timer's still not even stopped.
Okay, good position. Yeah, that's good. Like we talked about before, when you lose control at the beginning of the match, the timer just kind of goes to 60 for free and then the match resumes, which is just kind of how it works. You do get that advantage of getting the timer first because you kind of get like a free 30 seconds. But it's not that big a deal as long as Deep Blues is able to stay alive here. And Taylor actually going to go for the flank.
Maybe
no, he's gonna leave himself open with Paint later. Pretty smart. He has the Inkzuka. He can use this if you make sure that he's not going to get killed by any kind of flank. But yeah, the Inkzuka's going to be.
Oh, he's able to get Brian. That was so big. And I think now, okay, not able to put any pressure on the snipe, and unfortunately, Dynamo is going to kill him. Dynamo sitting up there in the spot that, I mean, that is the Dynamo's home. He's going to push the Dynamo right up. The Dynamo can paint so much there, so much influence over the map. And now Taylor's got to find a way to get back in here, which, as versatile as the T-Tech is, it doesn't have the longest fire range. So getting back in can sometimes be a chore. Okay, now we're going to see it. Yeah. Yes, now we're going to see this flank. Let's see what he can get.
Alright, cool. He didn't go for it earlier. He gets the flank on the Dynamo. Now he's going to move over towards the sniper. Bomb rushing player, if he kills the bomb rushing player, it's pretty big push in. He does get the kill. He does pull out the Inkzuka. His teammate does
but the Inkzuka can't paint! Okay.
Okay, good. That would have been horrible if they got the wipe and then scored itself.
Yeah, the Inkzuka can't paint that well. You know, for all of its killing power, it's not a painting special, so I was so worried that someone wasn't going to be there and we were going to see poor Taylor firing the Inkzuka at a zone that just wouldn't change. But okay,
Taylor
now...
can potentially sneak up to the right.
Yes, he can. I was about to say that. Now,
Inkzuka gets the kill. Okay. Nice.
Okay, now we're gonna see the pressure come in, and this is you'll notice they're not waiting for them to come. You're gonna see that they're not waiting for them to come to the zone and try to kill. They're trying to keep them back into that zone, and now, okay, they're still in a good position here. 3 down on the part of Yami, and this is looking really, really good for Deep Blues after that scare.
Yeah, no, 30 seconds left. This is the part where Yami has to players down. They kind of have to desperately just run in the zone to try to see if they can somehow paint it and stop the timer. But I don't even think that's happening because more members of Yami are dying. I expect that, again, someone over to the left is just causing them problems. Taylor's going to go here and stop the sniper from being able to do his thing. The shooter over here is going to get blocked by a bubble. The bubble goes to Taylor so he doesn't die from that bomb, and that's the lead, and that's the game.
Yep. Just snowball, keeping him out. You know, that aggressive pressure. Some people say the best offense is good defense. Well, that time the best defense was good offense. They just never let anybody get set up. You know, that Dynamo, we've talked about it so many times. The Dynamo is a very powerful painting weapon, but if you don't let it get set up, what it can do is kind of limited. You know, it's not like it can't just move in and be versatile. You have to set it up. Same with Red and the sniper. Taylor just made life very, very difficult for Red there, and you know, once they had control, they just never let off.
I do want to say something that I kind of remembered as that game was ending. When I was right now, I'm not on a competitive team. I'm taking a little bit of a break because my team just disbanded. But when we were, Deep Blues was one of our scrim partners, and that map and game type, Zones, Mahi, was one of their worst game types, and it's something that we used to practice with them, and they had a lot of difficulty with. So the fact that they were able to take that so convincingly off the back foot at first from what is a sponsored team is a pretty good look for them, right? Because they were able to put everything together. They were able to dominate on something that's supposed to be like their worst game type. So
yeah, really good stuff. And I don't know, what do you think? Do you think they just need to go with a more aggressive comp right now, Yami? Because right now they're just getting pushed back and they're just not able to exert anything and they're having a hard time getting back in. Do you think they need to change things up, switch out the sniper? What is it?
Honestly, it's a little bit hard to tell. I know that there were a few times where they just when they had control, they would kind of lose it. Maybe they might be overextending a little bit. They might be kind of caught in that trap where they get control, and then the people that get control kind of push up too much and get themselves killed, and then that leads to, you know, like they can't hold an advantage because they're not falling back when they need to. Maybe, you know, give a little, take a little, you know, let the enemy kind of hang themselves. They've been getting these good starts, right? This is another early advantage for In Control Yami. They were able to kill all Deep Blues members, you know, like the only one alive is Taylor over here. You're kind of doing nothing all the way to the left, and the beginning of these matches are good, but they keep just losing over time.
Jeez.
Oh, another kill. Oh, Kraken goes down. Fortunately, they're probably going to be able to hold this Kraken off. Be able to push it back. And Bubble goes down. Taylor is probably going to get involved in this little skirmish right here. Getting Bubble, and oh, unfortunately, he kind of overextends a little bit there. Yeah, and still Brian has the opportunity to do something about it, but he gets to kill with the bomb afterwards, so that's good.
Yeah, great positioning there by Brian, and now we're gonna see. You see, so they lost both zones there. Wait, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Okay, there he is. You saw him get pushed back here, but unlike last time, they still had a little bit of control of their zone, so they were able to, you know, keep their footing and not turn it into the snowball. And now they're actually going to get a counterattack here. It does go down. But, you know, this isn't a bad situation. You see a lot of yellow on their side of the map, and, you know, they're fine. They're just they're gonna take their time here, try to find a way to sneak Taylor in, or Taylor's just gonna go in without finding a way. But, yeah, now it's looking a little worse.
Yeah, so this is still similar to last time, right? Yanni has this huge opening. Deep Blues kind of get stuck a little bit trying to take that map control, and then all the other times they just suddenly got in and just completely dominated the game. So In Control, Yanni either needs to not overextend and get themselves killed, or they need to close out the victory. One or the other. They've been, I assume, it's kind of hard to put it in words, but they've been doing neither of those things, right? They've been kind of getting themselves killed, and this might be the beginning of that momentum shift. Deep Blue's getting some kills. In Control, gonna get pushed back. Like, they aren't dying right now, but they might they might think they have more map control than they really do.
Oh, that's actually huge. He was the last line of defense there. Brian pretty much gonna have free reign of the zone right now. Get the paint.
Yep.
No, not quite. It looks like Dreas and Umber are able to get there, but another scary situation. And like you said, it's kills right now. They're just trading kills as Taylor once again gets punched in the face by an Inkzuka. And like, we've really kind of returned to a neutral situation, but it's now neutral when you're down. So it's not really neutral, you know. You have to play differently.
Yeah, no, definitely. Despite all the control that In Control has had this match, look at the score. It's really not that high, and I think that's kind of telling for what's been happening to them. Where they've been having this control for a long time, but they haven't been doing that much with it. And like,
wow, did Zero get that?
I think he did.
Wow.
And there's the penalty. Taylor just going in, gonna try to punish this blaster, getting out of position. Kraken goes down, Taylor backs up, gets away from another member over here. Right now he's just gonna try to stay alive, and I hope he doesn't stand here too long because this ranged blaster can shoot afterwards. No! Taylor just gets the kill.
Oh my god, oh, his eyes lit up for a second there. You know it. He saw two people right in his reticles, was not able to get the kill. That was almost a triple. That was so close. But unfortunately returned back again, and now it's neutral once again, but this time it's neutral with penalty. Can he hit both? Two?
3v2 situation here.
They're not able to clean up on it.
Well, we'll see what happens. Enemies starting to respawn. Deep Blue's starting to respawn. Bubble goes down. Taylor's going to go over here to the left to make sure that anyone that tries to take advantage of any too further right side position doesn't get punished. No one's there. Taylor's going to go and help his teammates in the middle.
Yeah, but now we're going to see that ramp come into play. He's going to try to get a flank around here. Unfortunately, going down again. Taylor's not winning these one-on-one matches, and just like that, they've lost the control there. Interesting situation. They actually have a little bit more presence in the enemy zone than their own. But let's see. Gonna try to take this court. Gonna try to displace Red here in the snipe. Gonna do so somewhat successfully here.
I wonder if Taylor winning a one-on-one with Ryan is gonna be like the sign of them starting to win, because every single time Deep Blue starts to have an advantage, Brian just comes in and gets a kill. Well, that being said, both zones were just taken, so I'm not really sure what else happened with Deep Blue's teammates there, but they were able to get some sort of control. Only a few seconds left to get the lead and the score-wise, and only 30 seconds left in the game means that if Deep Blue's gets the lead here, that's pretty much the game. Oh, no penalty.
Brian somehow finding another way to kill Taylor, even though it was on the other side of the map there with that Inkzuka. With just 24 seconds left, this game is actually so close. These teams have been so evenly matched all throughout it. Taylor almost running into the bomb. Taylor has to get in the zone. They have to move Red.
Yeah, Deep Blues pretty much needs a wipe here to turn this into a victory. They can get control, but they probably won't get too many seconds off of it.
Brian again?
No, that was Brian. man, I mean, that's it. Like, Deep Blues is just out of position. Even if they get some zone control, someone from the other team's going to be able to paint, and that's going to be it. So that's going to be game 3.
Brian and Taylor danced away that entire game. That was, a very, very low-scoring game, but it's because the T-Tech is such a good painting weapon, especially the way that Taylor plays it going in. But if you can't go in because you keep getting killed, that's how it goes. But you see there, Red, 10-1. When we say you have to move the sniper, if you don't move the sniper, that's what happens. So
that might be
the role of moving the sniper was typically falling on Taylor. That's how the first 2 games went. And that time, it was almost like Brian was on Taylor duty, protect President Red. And Brian just came in and just slapped Taylor on the wrist every time he tried to come in. So,
well, that it's funny you say that because I've talked to Resbit, and the protect President Resbit thing going on.
Right.
Well, back on Synergy, Soarpool's role was to just babysit the sniper and make sure that Resbit didn't get flanked, and it worked really well. That sharking Kraken roller that just, if you try to push on him foolishly, he's just gonna just straight up just kill you. That works really well. And while it was a 10-attack and not the weapon designed to like that, ended up working out because they won the game.
Yeah. So now we're back on Rig. You said it last time. The first 30 seconds so important. So let's watch.
Yeah, let's see. This opening push is going to be a huge deal. In control member goes down first. Red gets a snipe on Taylor. That's very important. That stops the advantage from being too great, but another member of in control goes down. Taylor not deciding to stealth jump in. It's been very strange decisions from Taylor's use of stealth jump. As he's been spawning fast, he hasn't been jumping in, so he might as well Deep Blues is going to be able to take control here. They're going to be able to push really hard into... Will he win this fight with Brian? Well, Brian will just lose
Technically.
himself, I guess.
Technically.
Yeah, Taylor's aim was a little bit off right there. He's able to kill the blaster super easy every time. Just Brian is getting up trouble, honestly.
Yeah.
He just, for some reason, he just isn't able to land the shots, and he kind of stops moving. Something about Splatoon that you need to be wary of is if you're not hitting shots, you can't just sit there and keep trying to fire because you're going to be immobile for too long. One of the things that makes Splatoon such an interesting game is how fast you can move around and shoot and keep skipping around, but if you stop skipping around, you just make yourself an immobile target.
Yeah, and you're seeing a really interesting position that Taylor's kind of setting himself in here. Yeah, he keeps going up to the top here, and it's because you see a lot of times bombs or snipers will come in there, and he's just waiting up here, saying if you want to come up here, you have to get through my bullets. And you see Red back there just trying, but not a lot they can do, and this is going to be GG.
Taylor being patient. I'm not going to lie, I probably would have tried to throw a bomb over there to the left and got shot.
Great stuff, and patience, Taylor, maybe that last game, Taylor kind of thought, okay, I've been going in a little bit too much now. Brian's been kind of picking up on me. I'll just stand back here. They've got to come to me. We're in control. And that was snowball the map.
Yeah. I mean, it's Salt Spray Zones. That's the way it goes. And, both of these sets, what we ended up seeing happening was a team was doing well and in the set. And the other team was starting to show some signs of life. And then they just lost at Salt Spray. And you know what? Like we hand out these map lists ahead of time. You have time to know what you're getting into. And if you see Salt Spray in the map list, it's like, okay, we have to be winning before we get to Salt Spray. You know what I mean? That's just honestly, it is. And there's not really that many maps in this game that are like that. I think Salt Spray Zones and maybe something like, I don't know, maybe something on Bluefin or like a Rainmaker on some really small map that are a little bit iffy. The chances of them being in the same set are really low, and if they are in the same set, then you just play the matchup. But it's there. You know what you're getting into, and if you keep getting yourself in a losing situation by the time you get the Salt Spray and you lose on Salt Spray, you saw it coming. You could have done something. Yeah.
Unfortunate stuff there. Yami gonna go down now. I know that. I mean, every team, of course, here is shooting for the top. So, still, the fact that they're sponsored in control, it's huge for the Splatoon community. I want to kind of give a shout out to that as we continue to grow. We continue to get these sponsors and these teams and good stuff.